Welcome back, everyone. It's Norseman55 here with Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. And today I'm going to show a bit more about the environment early on, speaking with an NPC, some combat that I recorded, along with a little quick look at the skill tree, the performance, and how the game is working on my system. And a little bit about, as a 50 plus old gamer, what are my thoughts on the game so far? So in this clip, I'm just going to start with the main starting area that you get to pretty quick, which is a keep close by to where you come in. And as you can see, I find that the graphics look pretty good. The colors are definitely kind of muted and foggy, but the atmosphere of the game is kind of dreary on purpose. So here's an NPC that gives you a quest. Also, early on, is also is a shop where you can buy and sell things. Finding that money is, of course, when you start out in endgame, money is a bit hard to come by. And I really don't know what things should I keep, or are there things I should be selling if I'm not going to get into crafting. And like a lot of gamers, I decide to just try to keep everything I possibly can. Here I'm opening up the shop, and it shows all the different things I can buy. You can also sort it by weapons and armor, food, and then miscellaneous. Here's the weapons that she's offering for sale. Here they're showing a pickaxe and a shovel. I have come across an area that there is something in the ground, but the game said I do require a shovel to gain access to it. So one of the things that I'm going to do is save up enough money to go and buy a shovel. And then just walking around the castle a little bit. Here are the quests. There's the two main quests so far. One of them, minor spoiler, I guess as soon as it happens, as soon as you start the game, is that you have the spirit of King Arthur connected to you. Every time you receive a piece of his soul, you receive a new power. You get one at the very beginning, which is temporarily to slow time. So your main quest overall is to go about the world and retrieve more parts of his soul. In this particular fort, there is the sword Excalibur. And so the first main quest is to retrieve the sword Excalibur to get his soul. However, it's not, of course, that easy. I need to speak to the captain of the guard, who is not seeing anybody right now. So I've been going from person to person to see, is there some way that I could do quests for them, that I could get into this particular castle so I could speak to the captain. Not really sure how I'm going to retrieve the sword or where the sword is where it is. I don't know if they'll simply let me take it. Although what I'm noticing with a lot of the NPCs is that they are not very happy with what's going on in the world. It seems that the world is kind of crumbling around them. There's this affliction, this plague that has started, along with this type of evil magic called weirdness that's taking place. And nobody seems really happy with what's going on. This particular castle is away from Camelot, the main headquarters. And so what's happening here is this gentleman asked me to go on a quest for him, which I did. And then during the quest, I discovered that he was actually a spirit. And when I mentioned that to him, he did turn into this spiritual form. He was asking me why I could see spirits when nobody else in the castle could. He at first didn't realize he was a spirit. He thought people were mad at him. And I basically said I have no idea, though I suspect it's because I'm connected to the spirit of King Arthur. And so there I completed a quest and got some experience for that. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of mysteries. Here you have your equipment. It shows your equipment uh, that is equipped, and you have a bag that shows all the stuff that you have accumulated. So in this particular castle fort, there are things you can take if you want to, but the majority of it is if you steal it, you'll get in trouble. I haven't stolen anything yet, so I don't know if that means you you'll get caught, but it does come up in red if you plan to steal it. So this statue is a knight of King Arthur's originally, first foot, and he was the first one to land in Avalon. And this particular keep has a lot of statues and stuff in his name because he was the first one in the land. And the story is they left the normal world to come to Avalon to escape the plague, but unfortunately, they could not escape the plague. So when you do your own camp, your own campfire is outside of a rest area in the wilderness. And here I'm struggling a little bit on trying to remember how I actually can make a campfire. That's when King Arthur will appear, and it's the second time I've summoned him in the campfire, the bonfire. And there you can do a number of things. If I was able to level up, I could talk to him if there's something new. He's basically telling me about that first night that landed and how great a night that guy was. He was telling me how great the lands are here. Um, According to Arthur, when he passed away, the kingdom was prosperous and everything was great. And he doesn't understand why things have gone um, in ruin and what's plaguing the land. And he really is hoping that he can come back and cure the land of all its ills with my help. And so he talks a little bit about how this fort was very key here in the south and was a key ally of Camelot and how everything was good. Now, I should mention that as you talk to people early on, a lot of people are not liking King Arthur. They say kind of cryptically that the reason why the land is ruined is actually because of him. So I'm not really sure what to make of that because I think it's been like 600 and some years since Arthur has been killed, I guess, disappeared, killed, gone away as a spirit. And now we're coming back to see what we can do. So you can rest. There you can level up if I had an attribute point. And those are the usual strength, endurance, dexterity, spirituality, depending on what type of character you want to have. This skill tree, this whole system seems to be gives you a lot of freedom. You know, if you want to be a fighter, you put points into strength, and you swing. The more you swing your sword, the better you'll get at it. You get a lot of skill trees. There's certainly a lot of depth to this game that I'll need to learn about as I go on. Um, Again, I see that there are skills for magic. I've not come across the way to start to use magic yet. I don't know if it's something I've missed already, or I'll eventually get to that. But you can see that across the top: strength, endurance, dexterity, spirituality, perception. They all have skill trees. Even the simple effect of running. If you run for a while, your endurance will build up. If you climb up, scamper up rocks for a long time, then your agility increases. So it's that type of system. So when you rest, if you're outside, I have had been warned that you wake up, and this is what happened, into the weird night, which someone told me was full of terrible monsters. So I decided not to continue to rest outside the castle, so I came back into the castle to rest, because when you rest in the castle, you don't have to worry about the night. I think that eventually I will be going out into the night, that the creatures out there will probably drop items or give better experience, but seeing as just my first couple hours in and quite weak, I won't be doing that. So I just wanted to show a little bit of the combat. I have a dagger, and so I'm going to go now and search out a low-level creature. Not sure yet if when I kill them, if they respawn or if they're gone forever, as in if I could clear out a level. But I've seen a couple of the low-level creatures around this building gate thing here. And they do have fast travel points. That's one of them right ahead. They can travel to other connected fast travel points. So there is a low-level creature, a corpse eater. So the one thing I can do now is block. So I'm blocking. He also throws stones at me, which I can block. And then I can swing heavy attack or light attack. Your endurance is quite important. You get tired blocking an attack. And if you're so tired, then you cannot do an attack. And it's not, I've only played a couple Souls-like games, and I would definitely say it's not at that level of so far of being complex. Like, as long as I'm coming across something of my own, starting out type of creature, I can pretty easily defeat them, and I do have it set again at normal difficulty. So just showing you what's in my bag. I got healing potions. I got some mana potions, even though I'm not yet doing magic. So just wrapping up, I just wanted to show a bit about the environment, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's been pretty relaxed. I don't feel stressed or that I'm overwhelmed. I like this type of game where I can just take my time and discover. I'll be posting more videos on Tainted Grail as it goes along. And just once again, thank you for joining me as I discover this game. Talk to you soon.